Alright, got another game for you here. Relatively quick, actually. Just kind of cool how it unfolds. Edric versus Gwendolyn DeCorci. An old school legendary guy, and probably one of the best legends from Legends. Might actually even be the best one that you'd probably ever play in a commander deck. And then it enables 3 good colors, and its ability is actually pretty intimidating, and it's big. I guess the other guys are Solkanar, and Tetsuo Umezawa, and which other ones do you see sometimes? Angus, Zira, Orion. Anybody else? I guess there's a few. I don't know. This one's pretty good. I'm playing Edric because I just decided to play it. Looking at my opening draw, this is super sketchy. At the same time, it's got this in it, Nature's Claim. So if my opponent gets one of those, I feel like I can beat most draws that don't contain Soul Ring. So if I start with Nature's Claim, at least I've got Soul Ring under control. And the thing about starting with a card like Nature's Claim or Vandal Blast in your opening hand, not that I've ever destroyed a Soul Ring on turn 1 with either card, but potentially your opponents might keep, I've certainly countered a lot of turn 1 Soul Rings, but your opponent might actually keep a very dubious draw, like a 1-land draw with a Cultivate or something, and a Soul Ring. And if you have Nature's Claim, you can just win the game outright with it. So that, plus the Sylvan Ranger, some cheap spells in my hand, compels me to keep it and gamble on drawing at least 1 land. Because I can get 1 land of any color either because of Sylvan Ranger. He mulligans and goes first. Plays Necropolis. And I get Okina, so I'm in good shape. No, I'm going to have a slow start, of course, because I have no 1-mana elves, but at least I can have 3 mana on turn 3. And draw this guy, which is awesome. I've talked many times before about how why I feel my Edric deck is the best build of this. Because it has all of the good control elements and all of the raw power that you get from the Planeswalkers and high-end stuff. At the same time, it's not vulnerable to cards like Bribery, and it has tremendous acceleration in kind of either direction. You can either accelerate with creatures, you can accelerate with land, or you can accelerate with mana artifacts. It can grow exponentially in all 3 directions. It's often at the same time while drawing millions of cards. I find that a lot of Edric decks are either too focused on the Weenie Rush and don't develop and don't have any ability to contain the board state, or they're the other direction where they're just too slow to develop and they're playing a lot of bombs. I feel like my deck is right in the middle of both extremes, and as a result of that is super, super consistent. He plays this annoying thing, Sidrax's Spectre. Not the meanest Spectre, certainly, in that its discard is choice. But at this point, I'm going to have to forego the Edric plan and just hope to block it. I have a distressing lack of extra blue mana in my hand. And here I'm just hoping, like, please, just like cast your commander or something. And he taps black, black, blue, blue initially, and I figure he's going to cast like Jace or something horrible, or I don't know, Necrotal or something like that. Maybe Sower and totally wreck me. But he does not have that, fortunately. He's just got his commander. And then he runs his Spectre into Predator, and I'm happy to trade. So I still do not have blue. Now I have to just brainstorm and hope to get blue. And I get another land and no blue. So now things are suddenly looking bleak. Quite bleak, in fact. My hope here is that what I really, really hope at this point is that he is going to cast something for 5 on his turn. Before using Gwendolyn, I'll be able to force it. Or maybe he'll use Gwendolyn first, and I'll be able to keep the force, and then he'll cast something. I'll force that, and Gwendolyn will be tapped out, and I'll be able to at least come in with some creatures. So I put back stuff I'd kind of like to keep for later turns, Arcane Denial and something else. And I play this guy. And then I realize I'm just like redrawing it, but whatever. I mean, it's not like I could have binned much stuff. I don't really feel like I need the claim anymore, so I'm leaving that in my hand for Gwendolyn. So yeah, hopefully the plan will work here. He'll use Gwendolyn, he won't hit Force of Will, he'll cast something, I'll force it, I'll untap and cast Edric, and attack for 3 cards, and force him to be defensive. So he casts Propaganda, which is a total nightmare against Edric. However, at the same time, Nature's Claim. So I could force right here, but at the same time, I think I'm willing to take the 80% chance that he scepters away non-Nature's Claim. And he scepters and gets Arcane Denial. So my plan worked out perfectly. I've got exactly enough mana to do everything I need. Even if I don't draw a land, I draw a Regrowth. So I cast Edric, claim away the Propaganda, attack for 3, draw 3 cards. Get Treachery. Hell yeah. No islands. No land of any kind, actually. Not even Regrowth on a... I can't even regrow a fetch land. But at least I've got a lot of padding for Force of Will now, so I've got his next play covered. And he casts Drana, Calastria Bloodchief. No thank you, sir. I have to throw away the other UU card in my hand. And now he obviously can't. It would be insane for him to tap Gwendolyn. I was hoping so much for an island there. God, that would be so insane. Steal Gwendolyn, untap, attack for 4, with Regrowth in my hand and Force of Will in the graveyard. But it's not to be. I just have to send my team. He blocks, of course, there. And I still get to draw 3. I'm like, come on, give me an island. Remand, Jitte, Priest of Titania. No land at all. Ugh, such bad luck. However, because this deck is awesome, it has so many different backup plans and so many different ways to win tough games, and I've got one of them in hand. So I play Quirion Ranger, play Boreal Druid, untap my guy, returning a forest, play it, cast Arayo, Crusher of Dreams, and make more mana, regrow my Force of Will, and with the plan of also probably putting out Jitte also. Anyway, he knows he's screwed. Blue, red, black is not going to be able to handle flipped Arayo with really no way to get it off the board. And wisely he concedes. Yeah, and it was just a matter of time until I drew a blue mana and stole his Gwendolyn. He had no ability to stop it. So packed it in. Quite a cool game. Very short, but also a neat demonstration of some of the mechanics that work so well in this deck when you don't draw adequate mana. See you for another one soon. It's going to be another Edric game.